Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. I'm in Hamilton, Illinois today at a big Sullivan Auctioneers consignment auction, and I ran into an old friend, Dennis Polk, legendary figure in the auction used equipment business. Denny, always great to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
And Denny, we got to tell people about what you've got coming up there at Polk Auction in New Paris, Indiana. You guys are celebrating 30 years in the auction business?
30 years at that location with the
with your site
antique. Yeah,
with the
I've
antique
actually
part
been an
of it.
auctioneer 34 years.
Okay. And of course you have your famous Labor Day 3-day sale coming up this
Correct.
year. And that's, is it
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Week from this Thursday.
coming up quick?
Yeah.
And I understand you have a ton of equipment coming up on this year's
Looks
sale.
like it's absolutely going to be blow away the biggest one we've ever had. We
Okay.
think we're going to probably sell around 5,500 lots. There's
Okay.
a good chance there's going to be over 1,000 tractors
Wow.
there.
Folks, if you've never been to a Polk auction in New Paris, Indiana, got to get out there. It's on my bucket list. I got to come out to watch one of these things. And Denny, why don't you tell people what you've been seeing here with used values, with values on the antique tractors here the last year or so?
Well, the ag industry the last 3 years probably been on the best roll that it's been ever
Right.
in its history, and consequently that's probably fed over into the antique side and really used equipment as a general. We've certainly seen prices go up on the high quality end. I think the lower quality stuff has actually fell off just a little bit or is in a flat marketplace.
Right.
But we see that in the regular machinery, the antiques, almost everything. Really.
Right. What about on the antique side? Have you picked up any increasing buyer interest in any little niche or segment here the last few months?
The industrial stuff seems like there's a small niche of people that's beginning to dedicate themselves to the industrial.
Okay.
And you're always going to, it's kind of a changing world. You know, looking at like the cars,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the people that drove the Model Ts and the Model As, a lot of them are gone.
Right.
And that's why muscle cars have become so popular. We see that happening now at the new gen tractors, something that you can push a button to start. They don't want to crank it, and they want something that, with these drives that they're having, they want something that's got some speed. So we've seen the later, the 60s and 70s, you might call them muscle tractors, kind of like the cars, get a lot stronger.
I refer to them when I write and blog as the new collector tractor.
That's right.
But it kind of has to do with the age of the buyer.
That's right. 35 to 55-year-old is the person that drives the marketplace.
And if you're trying to get that tractor you grew up driving or grandpa taught you to drive, pretty strong. What jumps out to you, Dennis, on some of the sales you guys have had? I know you had a real strong one in Michigan and Ohio here recently. What sticks in your mind that you'd highlight?
That Oliver 99 that brought 49,000.
And that was in where in Ohio?
Fredericktown, Ohio.
Fredericktown, Ohio. And that was that June?
Yeah, June.
Okay. 49,000 bucks on the Oliver 99.
Yeah, I think that was probably a new record for 99.
What were you hoping going in on that?
30 to 35 is what we thought it'd bring.
Wow. So it just blew past, almost hit 50.
Yeah.
Did it stay in Ohio or did it wind up?
No, it went to Southern Illinois.
Southern Illinois. And you built up a network of buyers from, I mean, it's worldwide, isn't it, Denny?
Yeah.
And how has the action been in Europe with their economy being soft?
Well, the economy, but you know, in the past, the dollar's been a little bit weaker, and that kind of offsets it.
Okay.
A second thing, you know, in the collector world, that's their toys.
Right.
Consequently, it seems like I'm guilty of it. I always find enough money to eat that candy bar or get what it is I want, and I'll do away with something different.
Right. Well, Denny, finally, I just got to ask you, you've been beating the trails here on the used equipment market all over North America for how many years now?
Probably dang it, 40.
40 years. And I know there's a love for it. What is it you love about the used equipment business to make you drive 50, 80,000 miles a year or more, whatever you're doing all these years?
Have you ever seen how excited a coon dog gets when it's on the trail of a coon?
That's you.
It's the chase.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. I mean, you go and you think, boy, I'm going to try to find that bargain. Don't very often happen, but it doesn't. You don't give up. And then we've been very, very fortunate. You meet, which I'm sure you understand that too, in doing what you do. You meet an awful good group of people.
Right.
You know, I mean, we're talking about salt ears folks.
Right.
And that's, I've been blessed.
Yeah.
Just blessed.
Well, hats off for what you've done, what you've built, Denny. Just a fantastic business. And now you're Are you doing like a reopen or a new building there at your auction site in New Paris?
Jeff took over the auction company in '08.
Okay. Jeff is your son, Jeff and Christy?
Yes.
Okay.
And they put in a new building. This is going to be the first auction next weekend for it.
The grand opening for the Labor Day sale.
You got it. Kind of like the grand opening, and it's our 30th year. And,
so. And you guys were way ahead of the game with creating the facility, the indoor auction. You were doing things on television years ago. Denny Polk is just ahead of his time here, folks. And I love your website, Denny. It's polkauction.net.
.com, I think, on that one.
You can just Google Polk Auction, folks.
There
You'll
you
find
go.
these guys. You have great videos and great stuff. Denny, great to see you, and I'm sure we will run across each other's paths soon.
You bet. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Denny.